Show is proud to announce we are now officially powered by TEC. If their fiber optic internet service can handle everything we throw at it here in the studio, from videos to calls and live streams, you better believe they can handle your home or business too. If speed, stability, and service is important to you, you can count on TEC. Thanks, TEC. Now let's get to the show.
Recording live in the studios of Brewer Street Mafia. This is a Red Dog Fred production.
And now, your number one rated show, The Mike Weatherford Show. Here's your host, Mike Weatherford.
Hey folks, welcome back to The Mike Weatherford Show. I hope you had a great 4th of July and helped celebrate the Independence Day. But we had a tragedy happen here in the Brewer Street Mafia. I got a phone call last week, and it was a phone call that you never want to hear. We lost a valuable member of the community, a valuable member of the Brewer Street Mafia. We lost a great guy, Junior Staggs. Junior Staggs.
Hey mama, I think I'm in love. And the girl I met, she's heaven sent and picked from God above. Oh, she gets me, she protects me, she ain't afraid to call my bluff. Oh mama, I think I'm in love. I'll never forget the call I made to mom and dad about the blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl I just met. I knew she was the one for me.
All right, folks, we got a great show tonight. High-speed internet. Hey, it's powering us right now. High-speed internet. TEC. I've got the main guys from the BPU and TEC Internet live in the studio, going to get us the lowdown on what's going on. We've all heard about it. We all know what's coming, but do we really know what we've got available? So tonight we're going to get down and find out exactly what we got to offer. I've got sitting right to my right over here, and no particular order, but Mr. Scott Pell. He is Executive Vice President of TEC. Welcome to the show, Mr. Pell.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks for having us.
I'm glad to have you, man. Yeah. And sitting over to my left is the one and only infamous CEO of the BPU, Terry Wimberly. Welcome back to the show, my friend.
Thank you. It's good to be back with you.
Glad to have you all back. So I am glad to know that the BPU and TEC has kind of commingled there and bringing high-speed internet, something we've been needing in downtown Paris. Mr. Pell, tell me exactly how that got started.
Well, so it's been almost exactly a year, Terry, when we put the band together.
Sure. Yeah.
We actually had built out Henry County, or the southern part of Henry County a few years back. And as a part of that project, we actually built up here to Paris and started providing bandwidth to some of the customers around town using Paris's existing fiber. And I think I'd been on the job for 2 weeks and talked to the folks that were coming up and visiting. I was like, hey, let's go talk and see what the appetite is for maybe doing something a little bit bigger. And Terry and I struck up a conversation, a whole room full of people, and it was nobody else got a word in edgewise. I don't know why.
I can see that.
But we kind of talked it through, and I said, hey, I'd like to come up with a way where we could maybe serve all the people in the city of Paris that would be beneficial to the power company, and we could help take care of them, and had a great discussion. And we worked pretty much from then on to get the whole thing across, yeah.
High-speed internet, I can remember dial-up.
Yeah, me too.
Cable.
Yes.
And now we're into fiber optics.
Yeah.
and it's at the speed of light.
Yes.
So with TEC bringing high speed, the first high speed to Paris, what does TEC stand for? And tell me a little bit of history of TEC.
Yep. We're actually a 102-year-old telephone company.
So you're not a new company.
Not a new company at all, no. So TEC stands for Telephone Electronics Corporation, which that name came from the mid-'70s when we pulled all the companies together. But the original company started down in Bay Springs, Mississippi.
Southern people.
Southern people.
There you go.
We've always had a rural focus. So it started as a rural independent telephone company, and it was the only service provider in that area. There was nobody else who was willing to provide service. And as we continued to grow, we added things like long-distance phone calling. We acquired 7 more phone companies and put them all under the brand of TEC. And then just a little bit over 7 years ago, we started doing fiber optic broadband because we knew that was the way that was the way
It's
of the
here.
future.
Yeah, we got to have it.
It's future proof. There's no theoretical limit to how fast it can go. So we put in a huge investment, and culminating to this year, we're going to pass over 20,000 homes between our Paris project and other projects that we got going on.
Right.
We're trying to deliver high-speed fiber broadband to people who normally wouldn't be able to get it.
Gotcha. Terry, what did you see when you seen TEC and they approached you? How did you see the benefit to the citizens of Henry County and also for the BPU to marry? Let's call the word marry. Y'all married together.
Yeah, it's a partnership. It's a partnership. I saw a willing partner that I had been looking for. So our community may remember that we looked at going into retail broadband ourselves in 2018, 2019. It was going to be a fairly small offering to a very high density area, mostly commercial. We saw a few challenges. It was going to be a heavy lift. I talked to a number of LPC leaders, and they've gone into retail broadband as a utility. It's a heavy lift. There was something that said, you know what, let's pull back. Let's wait on that retail offering. I said to my board and to my staff, you know what, we've already been leasing out our excess dark fiber that we already had off of our infrastructure. We've been leasing that a little bit. We had about $250,000 a year revenue off of that. From just stringing fiber on our poles, not lighting it, not getting into data and all the stuff.
You had the poles, infrastructure.
We got poles and wire, and let's keep
right.
doing what we
That's
do.
right.
And let's find, when we put our retail project on the shelf, I said, let's find somebody who will come in here and provide all of that and lease from us.
Somebody
and I've been looking and looking and looking.
Somebody that knows the game. That was something that y'all, as the BPU, you sell electric. You take that might have been a little bit out of your league, also.
It was. Now, could we get there? Yeah.
Well,
I
sure.
mean, our LPC friends have done that. We could get there.
Yeah.
Heavy lift, going to be a big challenge for us. So I was waiting for the right opportunity. In fact, I was recruiting it. We had conversations with TEC. Right. And to be honest, we couldn't get them off center about it either.
Right.
And I think Scott coming on board, like he said, within 2 weeks of his hire at TEC, they came to Paris. Well, they probably knew we'd been asking and talking. Yeah. I think partially why they hired him in was because he had experience in doing this with electrics like us.
Right.
And so he came in and he spoke a language that got my attention. And it immediately said, this might be the one thing that we've been looking for to make it work. And it has.
It has. Yep.
So what benefits can me, as a customer looking for high-speed internet, with you partnering up with BPU, what kind of a benefit can I see as a customer with y'all two coming together?
Well, one big benefit is we're using the community infrastructure. So when other communications providers come in, they're either leasing a part of it or they're just going underground and skipping the community infrastructure altogether.
Right.
So by coming together, not only do we use the assets that are already in place, but the way in which we did it actually drives down the construction costs. So where we're working with Paris to build. We're up in their power space. There's more space than down in the lower end of the poles. So it allows us to move faster. It allows us to build it at a lower cost. But it also,
the customers are right there at the end of the pole.
They are.
The customers are that's looking for the product that you've got to sell. They're right there at the end of the pole. They've already got electric, so it's just a no-brainer.
We literally follow them.
Yeah, so, that's correct. Yeah. So this project, where are y'all at in this project? I know I'm a TEC guy. You're right now, folks. You're seeing me with TEC high-speed internet. Look how pretty am I prettier than you? Terry, the word's still out on Terry and Mr. Pell, but
they couldn't fix this.
But look how pretty I am now with all this TEC. That's a joke. But where are we at in this project, guys? I want to move this along. I want the viewers to understand this is an ongoing project. It's not ready to. It's not something that comes in here right now. We're ready to go. You've got a couple that you're starting with. Where are we at in this process?
So we're about 2 months into construction. We're trying to move at a really fast pace. Our objective is to try to be done with the main construction by December.
Oh, that's quick.
Yes. So,
wow. And that's because, but that's because of the infrastructure BPU already has.
Yes.
If you come in without the infrastructure BPU,
correct,
you're 2 or 3 years out. Am I correct? Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We were able to leverage what they already had.
I got you.
And follow it. But we're also bringing a lot of crews so that we could knock this out. Sure. It is a heavy lift for both companies. It's a heavy lift on his team, and we want to make sure that we minimize that.
A lot of money.
It is.
Y'all keep saying heavy lift. Look, me and my viewers are it's a lot of damn money. Y'all spend a ton of money doing this. Yeah. So, that's where when you can partner up, split the load, split the cost. Maybe they've already got some infrastructure up. You could save some cost on the other end.
Yep.
So what is your goal to do? Put high-speed internet in everybody's businesses and homes in the city of Paris.
We had two goals. All right. One is definitely serve the community with fiber broadband. But the other part of this, and this is a serious goal, we want to make sure that our partner's taken care of as well.
Right.
Terry has requirements to be able to connect up all his stuff.
Yeah.
The electric, water, and wastewater monitoring, he has to get network out to those pieces, and that's why it's mutually beneficial.
Sure, it is.
He gets to use the entire network as well to monitor and drive down costs and really provide excellent service for the community.
How can you say, as the partnership with TEC, as a BPU representative selling our electric, how can you say it's going to benefit me as a customer?
Well, so first of all, we have about 100 miles of fiber in the air today. We're going to add about 500 miles of fiber. So we're going to have 600 miles where we had 100. We're going to have 6 times as much fiber in the air. We are already connected to our most critical infrastructure out in the system. Every electrical substation is connected. A lot of our protective devices on the electric system are connected. All of our water, elevated water tanks are connected. We can communicate with them and get elevation of the water in those tanks. But we have devices out in the electric system, and for sure we have water lines and sewer lines that we could bring back data from if we had a vehicle to bring the data back home. But we don't have fiber down all those roads. This build will take fiber infrastructure down every road and street in the city of Paris and a little bit beyond that. And what that does for us as a utility is we can communicate with devices in our system. And we're going to bring back way more data. So while the customer may not benefit directly from that, we will, and we're going to better serve the community with that, right? So that's an advantage to our utility from a diagnostic standpoint.
Great. When it gets ready to launch, how does someone find out how they can get? Because there's competitors in town.
Yep.
There's competitors here, but they're not high speed. Fiber optic. They're cable.
Correct.
And there's how does people get on the waiting list I've been hearing y'all talk about? How does that going to play in?
So you can go to tec.com and
Put
click
that
on
up,
the sign
Kevin.
up button, and you can literally put your address in. It'll find you, and you can go ahead and sign up right there for the service. In areas where we're ready to take orders, we go ahead and complete out the order.
Where are we ready at?
We actually have one area in the eastern part of town near Bailey Fork. That is
Bailey, that's a pretty good ways out there, really.
Yep.
The map is up. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. The orange area.
Right.
So construction is in progress, and it's open for pre-order, so you can go and sign up for the service. And then the purple section right there, that's ready for you to go and at least sign up. We know you're interested, and we want you to do that.
Yeah, sure.
And then as soon as we get an install date, our folks are reaching out and letting you know that we're ready to go get you taken care of.
Now, the viewers out there, everybody's heard the word fiber optic, high-speed internet. Compare me the cable, which what they have now, what they can expect when they get high-speed internet. I know it's going to be like driving a Edsel and a Cadillac. I know that, but there's some people that really wants to know what the difference is and what they can expect.
Yeah. So cable is driven off of copper. It's a copper wire. And there's a limit to how much capacity that copper wire can carry. Fiber optic is glass. We can shine as much light through it as we want to. We can change the colors. We can make it go as fast as we want to. There are tests that are bandwidth that I don't even think I'll comprehend in my lifetime that they're sending across fiber optic cable. For the user, your experience is super fast. So if you go to Netflix, when you start the movie, the little bar starts moving. Our objective is to make sure that whole movie can get downloaded in a couple of seconds, so that you can watch the whole movie with no buffering at all. You can have as many different TVs going on in the house, and now, when my kids were at home, it's like, hey, everybody's using all the the
it slows down.
But with the gig, and we are offering 2 gig service as well. So we have like a super high speed service.
Yeah, it is super high.
There's no limits to what you can do in the household.
Explain to me upload and download speed. What is, me here at the Mike Weather Show, I depend on a lot of upload speed because we're sending out. Very little's coming in. And a lot of businesses is listening. They need upload speed. And fiber optics has got the upload.
It does.
It's mine, whatever comes in, going out, same number. We run tests.
Yep.
Since we went to TEC, and it's
fast.
It's badass. I'm so Jesus Christ. We went from a number called 30 to like 700. I don't know if you understand. I don't know what them numbers. I just know 700 is more than 30. That's all I can tell you. But I don't know what the hell it means.
Yes.
So what does that all mean to the customer out there that's looking to have high speed internet?
It means you can have uninterrupted service. So most people download stuff, but those of us who work from the house, we have video conferencing. Sure. And when you have a lot of information going back and forth, you're uploading just as much as you're downloading. And fiber optic allows us to send it at the same speed. We don't have to queue it up, so nobody has to stand in line. That's why we're able to do this live. And you've got priority service, and while everybody else is downloading, you're taking advantage of the available upload.
And with fiber optic, both of y'all just jump in. I don't want to leave you out there, but
hey, let the guy talk.
He seems to know what he's talking about.
He's selling it.
That's right. A lot of times in cable, there you said the word priority. As people gets off work and they get home, and more demand comes in, you know where I'm going. It kind of slows everything down. That don't happen with fiber optic.
No, and
you understand what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying. So when you tax a system, and it's available to give you a certain amount of speed, a queue kind of forms. So say your maximum is 300 meg. So it takes you longer to download a movie. So say it takes you 5 minutes to download the movie, and then 100 people are trying to download movie too. So that line it creates a line. With fiber optic, if we download it at a gig, you come in and you leave. It's like supercharging the drive-through. If you open up a Chick-fil-A drive-through versus everybody else's
drive-through. They sling it in the window and you drive out.
Exactly.
I like it.
Yes. So that the faster you make the drive-through, the faster people are on and off, and the overall congestion of the network actually goes down. because more people are moving in and out
Right,
faster.
Right. And here's the $1 million question.
Who,
You're going to
who
hear
gets the $1 million?
You, Scott.
Okay.
Yeah,
all
$1
right.
million. The winner gets it.
Yeah.
All right. Cost. A lot of people says, I don't know. No, I'm okay with what I've got now with my cable, with my antique internet that I've got now. They're okay with it. I can't afford this high speed internet. It's not going to be much difference, if any.
It's about the same price. We do also offer streaming options, and that's where you actually get to save some money.
Right.
A lot of people do have their cable service, their TV service, along with internet. But by kind of unbundling that, you get to kind of pick what you want.
Yeah.
And overall, people generally save a couple of bucks by the time it's said and done.
Right. The benefit to the BPU, Terry, I think, and you can correct me where I'm wrong. The BPU is getting a cut.
Yeah.
And that cut can help offset some of the cost the BPU has with our electric, which in turn can either keep our rates down or stretch out when our rates do go up.
Yeah.
Correct me where I'm wrong, or am I kind of
No,
right?
you're exactly right. So you asked me about the benefit to our
Yes.
utility, and
Yeah.
I talked about communicating with our own devices.
Mm-hmm.
What I did not mention yet is we are leasing to the telecom for them to use it to provide internet, right? So these folks are going to be internet customers of TEC. They'll have a bill from TEC. They'll belong to them. All the customer service, the phone calls will go to them. We're not the provider of internet. Now, we're partnering with them to get it to your house. Why? Because we're building infrastructure on our poles that they are going to lease from us to get it there.
Let me butt in just 1 second.
Sure.
But if, God forbids, a tornado comes through, a car hits a phone pole, BPU will come in and ride in their white horse like they do on my electric and fix the pole the internet's on, correct?
The same response to downed power lines in a storm is going to be responding to the downed fiber infrastructure.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Right? So that same reliability
Yeah,
to bring
yeah.
that back up, that restoration, that response that you know us from, you're still going to get that.
The BPU, this is not Terry, okay? Terry, you just be quiet. The guys that drive the truck,
Yeah.
climb the poles.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Them guys come in riding a white horse. Look,
Yeah.
you're out there and it's zero weather and you have an ice storm and tears you lines. Them guys come in like knights in shiny armor, fix us up, get out of there, and they're going on to their next one.
Yeah.
If you've got that support and you're giving him that support, there's no reason not to have TEC.
That's exactly right.
you got high speed internet. You've got the support team, the BPU, and we all know how good a job they do. I mean, they're the heroes.
That's right.
And,
That's right.
Like I say, I want my Tristy.
Yeah.
But go ahead. I'm sorry to butt in, but I want people to understand that that's the same white horse that's going to ride in to save us when our electric goes out. Same white horse going to ride in to save our internet. Go right ahead.
It's our infrastructure. We're going to get it back up just like you know how we get the electric back
Yes,
up.
sir. Yes, sir.
But for every customer that connects to TEC Internet, we get a lease rate.
Yep.
Right? So you call it a cut. I call it we're leasing. Yeah. That take rate matters to us. Mm-hmm. So that's why we're putting our logo beside theirs, because our electric department will bring in revenues from every internet connection in the city that connects to internet. Right. And that revenue, first of all, is going to pay for our investment. I'll be upfront with the numbers. Right. We're borrowing $17 million to do our part to string 500 more miles of fiber than we have today. $17 million.
Say it fast. Don't sound as bad.
Yeah, well,
17 million.
It sounds bad.
Yeah.
It sounded bad to me the night before my board meeting when I said I'm going to go ask for $17 million.
That's right.
But here's the thing about that our folks need to understand. There's a revenue stream to support that.
Yeah.
My board was actually more comfortable borrowing $17 million that has a revenue stream to support it.
The $17 million to fix some kind of a sewer system, it's just not going to pay no more. I would
only brings in the same revenues that we have today.
It's just business.
It's the cost of doing business, right? But this has a revenue stream that's going to start to pay for itself in less than 3 years.
Right.
It's going to pay me back the part that didn't pay for itself in 6.
Right.
And then what am I going to do? I'm
Profit.
going to start putting money into the electric department that pays for all the things that we need to do, and it's going to keep rates stable.
right.
That is a huge win to this community. Oh, these folks are going to get higher speed internet, more reliable, but it's going to contribute to more stable electric rates over the long haul.
I got some questions right here. You can help me right here. I don't know what this word says. Terry, can you read? You can't go to. They asked, what's the speed, and what is that word right there?
Hold on. You
Latency.
made me pull my readers out, Mike.
Latency.
Latency of the service, and do you provide static IPS?
So yes, we provide static IPs, and then what was speed
There you
and
go.
latency? So the speeds will be up to 2 gig. We'll have available. Eventually, we'll have even faster. Latency is an interesting number. Latency is the time it takes for you to send a packet out and to come back the other direction. It's very, very low. So it's 10 milliseconds or less
Wow.
for anybody who asked that question and understands what it is.
Yeah, sure.
And yes, we
somebody
do have-
knows, because I don't know
yes.
what the hell it meant.
Yep.
I mean, well, I'm just the host, and I don't know.
And
You
we
see
do-
my crew in the back?
Yeah.
That's what I pay. They ought to know what the
Well,
hell
they
that
probably asked if they have a static IP, and yes, you do. So,
yeah, okay. And another one asked the Mbps on their packages. What
So
is it?
that's megabytes per second.
Right.
So
That's good questions.
It'd be 1,000 megabits per second, or 2,000 megabits per second, or 1 gig and 2 gig.
Wow.
Now you have a 500
We
meg
do have a
offering at
500
residential.
megabit per second.
do we have any
residential offering.
dollar amounts we can throw out there? Is it still in the makes, or I don't want to? I don't want to put you in a box.
Yep.
But everybody wants to know when they call me, they want their car fixed or they want to sponsor my show. The number one question: how much is it going to cost?
Yeah.
Can you give me? Can we just say it's close, or can we get some dollar figures out?
It's about $80 for a gig.
Right.
The 500 meg is less.
Right.
You can go to the website and it has our pricing.
There you
on
go.
it.
Well, if it's
Yeah.
already out there, we're
It
not saying,
is.
okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. And
And I
somebody-
would probably mess it up anyway.
I'm
so,
just- you got a crew like I do. They do all that, right?
I've
Yeah,
got really smart
feel you.
people
And you
who
do
take care of
too.
that.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. Debbie asked, are there plans for reaching all of Henry County and rural areas, or a plan to go that far?
We'll eventually get out there. So what's interesting when you get to the more rural areas, and this kind of helps us understand why we're able to focus on the city of Paris. But as you get in the rural areas, it's really super expensive to build. You know that because you live pretty far out there. So
That's where Jesus is coming. Where I
that's
live.
right. Yeah, you'll have to send us a message over our internet to let us know.
Yeah, well, I want y'all to know it quickly when he's there.
Play
yeah.
the trumpet over here. So we, a lot of service providers have to leverage grants and different things like that in order to supplement the build. We did that in southwestern Henry County.
Right.
We won some grants where nobody would have built there, and we were able to work with the state and the federal government to come up with a mechanism to make sure that we could reach those areas. Right. We know over the next couple of years there'll be more of those available, so we can go address more of the rural parts of Henry County. But here's the truth of it. Paris as a city is too big, it's too dense for those grants, and it's too small for the national companies to make an investment. So y'all's town was in kind of this area where it would not have gotten the kind of investment unless we put the band together.
Right.
So
I got you.
So here's the thing: if we build to the higher density, and we get high-speed internet, and we get some revenues flowing for them
then
and
we can
for us,
afford to do.
then we can think about pushing a little bit here, pushing
Yes.
a little farther there, and reaching out. Now, there's some high-speed internet in the rural already.
I have it at my house.
Yeah.
But here's something else. I can understand where you're coming from, both of y'all. I'm going to try to dumb it down for me. When you get out into the rural areas, it's a long way between houses.
It is.
And that fiber optic, $17 million, when you run it 100 miles, in the city of Paris, there's a lot of
Yes.
a lot of customers in that 100-mile strip of cable. But when you get out there in God's country, Cottage Grove, Hyco, and that area out there, there's not as many houses in that 100-mile strip.
Correct. Yeah.
And I can see the cost in my business. You know, I don't do a lot of program computers on your exotic cars from European car because there's just not enough of them. You know, it's not worth it to me. So that's where y'all rely on your grants to come in.
Yes.
That our federal government says, hey,
This is going to be it's going to be a grant let out, and y'all apply for it. You get the grant, so you get to go out there in the rural areas where you can run 100 miles of cable.
Correct.
And only get maybe every 2 miles get a customer.
Am
I correct on that?
And keep the price affordable. That's the hard part.
That's exactly, yeah.
You know, when folks are paying $50, $80 a month, it takes a whole lot of them to pay off $17 million.
Well, I don't have you ever pay it off. $50 a month. I've got more questions, and I might ask the viewers that if they got any technical questions or anything they want to ask to call in. We may do that when we come back, but I got to take a commercial back. I got to do something. I don't owe $17 million, but the Mike Wilford Show's got to pay the bills.
Absolutely.
So we're going to take a commercial break. Folks, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Charter Senior Living, located at 350 Volunteer Drive, is a premier community for seniors interested in pursuing life, energy, and purpose. We have restaurant-style dining, life enrichment programs, social activities, local scheduled transportation, and a beauty salon. We show respect to our veterans with a wall of honor. Our mission at Charter Senior Living is to enhance the human spirit. For more information about Charter Senior Living, call us at 731-644-9680.
Is your tank on empty? Come to 54 Fuel Mart, located at 1213 A Westwood Street, for the best prices on gas. What about your other tank? You know, the one that is growling? 54 Fuel Mart has you covered for that as well. Check out our fried chicken, wings, pizza, and many other items to satisfy your hunger. On Tuesdays and Fridays, you really need to check out the fried fish. We also have a selection of freeze-dried candies, along with an entire aisle of candy bars and other sweets. Is it raining, or do you just not want to get out of the car? We have a drive-up window for your convenience. We also have dyed diesel for use in your tractors and other farm equipment. We have parking for big rigs, and our business hours are 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. Feeling lucky? Well, do you? We have scratch-offs, and you can try your hand and the TN lottery while you're here. 54 Fuel Mart, located at the Westwood Y, Paris.
Chad Cox, PLLC, provides representation in the areas of criminal law, family law, personal injury, wills and probate law. Chad Cox serves Paris and the surrounding area. He does not believe in a one-size-fits-all approach to representing his clients. He reviews every detail of your case to ensure that you receive an assessment that is specific to the unique circumstances in your case. Chad Cox is located at 104 North Brewer Street, Paris, Tennessee. Contact us at 731-642-4446.
The Downtown Event Center is available for parties, meetings, or family get-togethers. The center comes with spacious seating and an area that will help make serving food easier. If you are having a birthday party, this is definitely the place for you. The Downtown Event Center is located at 107 South Brewer Street. Contact Jessica at 731-642-4992 to make your reservation.
Hey everyone, this is Jeremy Buckaloo reminding you to tune in to Sportscast with Jeremy Buckaloo live every Sunday night at 7:30 here from the Brewer Street Mafia Studios.
All right, folks. Next Tuesday, right here live on the Mike Weather Show, Junior Staggs and Friend, we're going to have a live tribute to him. I'm going to have people calling in from all over the country. I'm going to have people coming in here. We're going to let the people share their memories and all the stuff that went on with Junior Staggs. I've got all kind of stars calling in. I'm not going to name drop because all of them is busy on the road touring, but some of them's going to try to call in. We're going to talk to them, and we're going to let you, the viewer, if you want to, we're going to open the phone lines if it's available and let y'all call in, and we're going to have people coming in and out. We're going to be talking about the kindness, the legacy, and everything, the generosity that Junior Staggs left. He was my friend. He was your friend. He was the community's friend. He did so much for this community. And, folks, I'm going to tell you, we as a society are doing a piss-poor job with mental health. We're going to have to do better. Mental health is just like cancer. It's just like heart trouble. We have got to stop putting it in the backyard and covering it up. We've got to put it out front, and we've got to stop treating mental health like it's a bad disease. It's just like any other disease, and I want to talk about that next week. So tune in right here next Tuesday, July 22nd, 7 p.m., the Mike Weather Show. Also, don't forget my buddy Jeremy Buckaloo's Sportscast, Fall Ball for All. Kirby calls for a fall baseball league. He's going to have Christopher Kirby in the studio. That's coming up 7:30 Sunday. Every Sunday, 7:30. Tune in to Sportscast with Jeremy Buckaloo. Hey, if you haven't done it yet, find him, follow him, support him, share him, run him up the pole. Let everybody know about Jeremy Buckaloo and his Sportscast Live. You won't regret it. And then I've got on Thursday, July the 17th, I've got Dr. Ken Berry coming in. No, that's not me. He's coming on me too, but that's not my show. Let me back up. See, I make mistakes. Heck, I'm just human. But I know I've got him coming back in on mine too. But he's going over on Tennessee Informer Thursday, July the 7th. That's another one of the shows is run out of the Kill Media studio. Protein and Politics, Dr. Ken Berry Unfiltered, Doctor on a Mission from Plate to Policy, Diet, Truth, and the Government. Tune in. That's the Tennessee Informer. And don't forget, going on to Land Between the Lakes, Friday and Saturday, third weekend of July, the Land Between the Lakes Wrangler Camp Annual Rodeo. Hey, if you haven't been, you're missing out. Go to our LBL over, folks. Hey, it's a great place to go spend the weekend. There's lots of things to do at LBL. Don't forget, that's coming up, the 31st Annual Land Between the Lakes Wranglers Campground Rodeo, Friday and Saturday, the third weekend of July, 7 p.m., gates open at 6 p.m. And don't forget my old buddy Terry Hudson. Tune in to ClassicHitsZ107.com. That is a new thing. All your radio is going internet. And Terry Hudson, my buddy, he's got it going. He's got 3 shows, Classic Country Jukebox, Classic Hits Cafe, and the Blue Collar Americana. He runs 3 shows. This is 24 hours, 7 day a week, live DJ, internet radio station. Something we don't see anymore. Live DJs. They got it going on right there at ClassicHitsZ107.com. And also, don't forget, coming up Saturday, July the 26th, this is another heartbreaker. Rook Edwards and Terry Hudson have called me and they said, Mike, we have got Ryan Larkins. He's a singer-songwriter right out of Nashville, right off the stage of the Grand Ole Opry. And he's got Dawson Stigall opening up for him. Junior Staggs was going to be the opening act. We all know his Junior's a singer-songwriter. Well, now that's what's happened. Breaker called me and said, listen, we're going to pay Ryan Larkins and Dawson just like we normally would, but we're going to take the door. Every dime we bring in that night, listen real closely, folks, every dime they bring in Saturday, July the 26th at the Breakers is going to Junior Staggs' family. So I want to give a big shout out to my friends at the Breakers that's stepping up and showing out to take the door and give it to Junior Staggs' family. I want you to be a part of it. Contact me. Contact Terry Hudson. Find me. Call me. Shoot me a text. I don't care. 731-336-2200. You can buy you a table for $200, and I'll guarantee you a table right there, reserved table. Or you can buy them at the door. we're going to sink the dock. Folks, I'm telling you, that dock is going to be sink because I want that place to be full. Swimming room only is what we're going to have. I want to give back to the community, to Junior, give back to Junior what he gave to us. So don't forget, Saturday, July the 26th, Jamming for Juniors coming up at the Breakers. All right, don't forget, we're simulcast on all the platforms at the same time. We're live. Hey, there's no editing going on. You know, when I mess up like I did a while ago, it's just live. That's what I like about it. We're both Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, you name it. They're out there. They put me everywhere. I don't know where the hell I'm at. I don't even know how to get where I'm at, but I know I'm everywhere because people tell me they see me. So go find us. Go to myparishtv.com, and you can find a whole list of all the shows that we got going on. That's myparishtv.com. Find us. All right, folks, we are sitting here. I've been talking with Scott Pell. He is the Executive Vice President of TEC, and my good buddy Terry Wimberly, he's the CEO of the BPU, about what they're bringing to us here in the city of Paris, high-speed internet. We're all excited, and I got a couple questions I want to ask the people as well. Somebody asked, will TEC be providing a router when you get hooked up, or will you need your own?
We provide a router and Wi-Fi. We also have whole home Wi-Fi so that you can get Wi-Fi all over the place, including the backyard. If you
really,
if you want, yeah. And we
so you can steal your neighbors.
You can, well, or you can be a good neighbor and share.
Well, see, how y'all like how proper these guys are? They get to hang out with old redneck like Mike. Y'all say sharing, I say stealing. That's pretty cool.
Family is sharing the Wi-Fi password.
There you go, bro. And another guy asked, does the business internet come with an SLA?
Yes.
What is that? Hell is SLA?
SLA stands for Service Level Agreement.
Did you know that?
I did not. Thank you. Yeah, no.
But we do have service where you can pay for a guaranteed rate and uptime. We do have those available through our business services folks.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Put my number up here. We've got a new phone number. I want everybody to log this anyway tonight. And like I said, we are TEC customers right here. So we got TEC phone lines and all. We're going to put the new phone number up. If you've got any questions that you want to call in, because I don't know about, somebody is thrilled to be getting TEC. That's somebody just said that right there.
All right, good.
So maybe we sold them one tonight.
Yeah,
there you go.
Good job.
There you go.
See,
But,
Mike, all this talk is why we're not in the retail business.
right.
We would have gone wrong had we done that. We needed a partner who knows what they're doing, right?
Somebody knew what the hell SLA,
This is the
man.
right path. That's right.
I got to give you credit, man. You knew where to get off the train. Let's let us
That's
drive.
exactly right.
You know, sometimes we try to act like we know how to drive. We don't. But that's great. And we're rocking something off her. She's thrilled to be getting TEC. That's good. That's
Tell
good.
your
That's
neighbors.
a great thing.
Tell your
Yes.
neighbors. If
Bring
you got any
friends.
technical questions that you want to ask, like I would know.
I
barely-
might have to call technical support.
I
but,
doubt it,
know,
because you knew what everything come in. Me and Terry kind of look at each other, and
Hey, us who've been in telecommunications a long time, we know what acronyms are. We know how to spell weird words with letters that nobody else knows what it is.
you know what a muffler bearing is?
See?
No idea.
That's what
go.
you know.
That's exactly right, Terry.
I hope you do.
I better know. But anyway, it's good to have a provider of our internet, high speed. I keep saying, you got to say the word. It's not just internet, folks.
That's right.
It's high speed
That's
internet.
right.
It's like the T model in a 2025 Cadillac. That's the difference. What you probably got now is good internet. I'm not going to knock nobody. But if you've got the opportunity to go to high speed like we have right here, you won't regret. Take it from me. I am a TCI guy right here, and it's wonderful. You can do it too. But when you got the opportunity to do what you're doing and tie in with the BPU, and I asked the question that I was worried about, they're going to be taking care of the poles.
Yep.
They'll be just as quick. Who do we call when we have right now you can call some of your providers and they 20 minutes on hold or they transfer you. How's this going to work with y'all if we have an internet issue?
When you sign up, you'll have a phone number to call for tech support. It goes straight to us. We've done tech support for a super long time. So when the calls come in, we have kind of guaranteed answer times. We try to make sure we answer them super quick.
Great.
Now, in outage situations, if there's a power outage and such like that, those calls still come in, but we have a good way of being able to say, hey, by the way, the service might be out, so people don't sit on hold. Also, I think that's the big important thing. If you're letting customers know what's going on, and they know you're working on it, then they don't have to sit on hold and try to explain it to somebody.
Yeah.
We know what's going on our network, like Terry knows what's going on his power network.
Yeah.
And that's the advantage of being a small.
I don't even call in no more.
Yeah,
because I look.
We
on
know
my,
you're down.
Yeah, I look at my app. Yeah, it tells me I'm out, so I just roll over, hell.
Yeah.
But I think I got a caller. Is that correct? Did I hear that right in my ear? Hello, who? Line here.
Hey, Mike, it's Heather Underwood.
Heather, how you doing, girl?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. You got a question about some internet? Because I don't know the answer.
I sure do.
Great.
So, quick question, guys. I live out here past Garland.
It's on Lake Highway, correct?
79
Yes.
north toward the lake. Yep.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Are y'all running out there right now as well?
We're going as far, I think, as Sulphurwell Academy Road. I think it's as far. We're going out 79 north.
Yep.
Okay.
Is
So,
that
because I know that we've noticed a bunch of people out there,
We've got
just
a
running
lot.
lines and stuff.
Yeah, there's actually other people building out further down that line towards the lake. So we got lots of fiber trucks running around town.
So here's the difference. There's another contractor in town that's also installing some telecom network. They're going underground. So if you see things going on in the ground, that's the other contractor. The fiber optic infrastructure that we're building is going to be on our poles for the most part. Now, if it's an underground subdivision, we're going to be underground.
Yep.
But if you see overhead work going on, that's TEC, Paris BPU type crews. If you see some underground work going on, then that's going to be another telecom doing some work themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Heather, how does the show look tonight? This is the first broadcast with TEC as an internet provider. They're exclusive internet provider. Do we look good to y'all out there?
Yes, you look really good. You look great.
I know I do. I'll tell you what, it's hard enough being a trophy husband, but when you throw in TEC, I may have to have me a ball bat to tote around. What do you think?
Security.
Something else.
She wouldn't go that far, would you? Heather, I appreciate you calling in, girl. Thank you a lot.
No problem. Thanks.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Seth, that's people wants to know what's going on. When you see other stuff going on. But getting back to what Terry was saying a while ago about the infrastructure already there, you're not having to build much of that. You're just having to put them on the poles.
Correct.
Get them lines in 500 miles is a lot of.
That's a lot of fiber.
You wouldn't think that's 500 miles. Hell, that's from here to Missouri. Yeah,
That's right here in town.
That's right here in town.
Down every street.
That's right, down every street, side neck. So basically, the city of Paris, Scott, I'm gonna call you Scott.
Sure.
The downtown Paris is going to be covered TEC. Basically, anybody that wants, and you're in the city limits of Paris, you're in just a short time, just a speck from now.
Correct.
You can get TEC.
Yes.
And is there an installation charge? Is it going to be if you replace your internet you have now and go with high speed internet? Is there going to be a big charge
For our gigabit and 2 gigabit plans? There's not an installation fee.
No installation fee. Folks, I don't know what you're waiting on, Terry.
That's right.
The price is about the same, correct?
Yep.
We're going from cable to high speed.
Yep.
No installation charge.
Correct.
It's a no-brainer.
So at my house, I'll speak from Terry.
Did you sign up?
I'm already.
Oh, okay.
I'm pre-ordered. I'm pre-ordered and prepaid.
Yep.
So if you're in that orange area that was on that map,
Right.
basically the orange turns on when they think you're within 45 days of actually getting connected.
Wow.
If you're within 6 weeks, you're in the orange. So if
There's your map right
you're
there.
in that orange, you're within 6 weeks. And here's how it's working. You need to call and get an account set up with them. They will take your first month's payment as a payment to get started and
To hold the
create
order.
the account,
Yep.
hold the order, and you're basically getting in line. And they're going to connect you in order
Quicker.
of the queue. And the quicker you sign up, the quicker you're going to get connected.
Tell that again. That's very important. I think what you're saying is you need to go ahead now, and if you're wanting high-speed internet,
go ahead and pay now, there's no installation fee, but pay the first month's payment.
That's right.
And get yourself in there, because there's called a queue, which is like a number you get when you go to get your driver's license.
That's right.
You want that number to be
Low.
1 or 2 or 3. You don't want to wait and it says 1,000. So I'm going to tell you to call now. Put that number back up. Set it up. Go to the internet. Find out. And somebody said he tried to get John said he tried to get another service to come to his area for years. They wouldn't. This is something. Now that TCE is running lines, they're all trying to do something with him. Now he says, "No, thank you." He's pre-signed up and prepaid with TEC.
Thank you, sir.
That's what we want to hear.
Well, no, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
You know, go with the provider who's choosing to come with you,
Yes.
and instead of the one who's going to jump now that somebody else is doing something.
That's crazy. You know, it's kind of like working for someone for all these years, and somebody else offers you a job for $2 more an hour,
Right.
And you tell your boss, "I'm quitting," and he said, "Why?" "Well, they're paying me $2. Well, I'll pay you $2. But why the hell ain't you been paying me all along?
That's
You know,
right.
that's kind of what they're doing here.
Yeah.
If they're jumping out now that the new kids on the block, you know, we got the new boss, new sheriffs in town now.
Yeah.
Now they want to go out and do all this. Well, where have you been? So I would say, hey, y'all spending the money, y'all spending BPU. It's a no-brainer, folks. If you want to enter high-speed internet, if you got another question, call them. We got a phone right there. The number's up. Call us. These boys will be glad to answer your question. If it's about internet, nah, don't talk to Terry or me. But if it's about electric, talk to Terry. If it's about, well, I don't know what the hell they can ask me. But
Mufflers,
anyway,
brakes.
there you
There
go.
we go.
That's
Hey,
right.
hey, Mike, you made a really good point, and I want to kind of
Really?
just say,
Did you hear that in the back?
You made a
Go
great
ahead.
point.
All right.
How long has the utility been providing electric service for the area?
Since 1938.
So we've been providing communication services since 1923.
You know, that's a combined 200 years experience.
That's right.
Correct.
That's right.
We
Wow.
know that in order to survive in business for a long time, you have to take care of the community.
Sure you do.
So you dance with the ones that brung you.
That's right.
The community brought us all in. We serve the community. Our job is to continue to grow and serve the
is.
community and provide a better service as we go.
It's a no-brainer now that I can understand what Terry's saying. And my viewing audience is really smart. I have some of the smartest people. You can tell by some of their questions.
Yeah.
They're smart people, and I don't know why the hell they have to watch me. But anyway, you've got BPU, a stable. You know, nobody wants to pay electric bills. We all bitch and complain, and I'm sure Terry complained when he opens his damn bill. I would.
No kidding.
Okay.
Especially this time of year.
That's right. We're all going to complain. But I want my electricity. When I go home from working in this heat all day, when I turn my air down, I want it to cool my house down. And when I worked all day in the cold, I want to turn my heat on. And when I've got a problem, you call the BPU, the guys are out there. If you've got the backup of the BPU, case closed, dudes.
That's right.
There's
Isn't
no
that-
argument. There's
That's
no.
right.
What do you want? What else?
Isn't that how you're supposed to do business?
Yeah.
I forgot.
So let me tell you how community-minded these folks are. TEC was approached about so downtown Paris, right? We got a really nice downtown area. We're sitting in it right now.
Yeah.
They were looking at providing free Wi-Fi to folks who were in the downtown footprint, and they contacted TEC. Scott, talk about that conversation.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. So the conversation we had, she was loaded for bear. Said, hey, I've got to do this proposal. So there's actually an economic development grant that's going on, and they say, hey, we think we'd like to provide community broadband. I was like, or community Wi-Fi. I was like, well, I kind of assumed that we'd probably be doing that anyway for you. And she started laughing. She goes, well, Terry thought that you might.
But
So they're going to donate the internet
Yes.
Oh, man.
that fuels the free Wi-Fi in the downtown area. They're donating that
And
to the
So
service.
you can walk around town, pick up your phone, you got free Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and
That
it's-
is dude. Come on, man. I mean, that's what you get when you get the hometown.
That's right.
You know, I
And-
call it
and
hometown cooking in a good way. Hometown cooking can be bad, but in this case, hometown cooking tastes pretty good.
That's
doesn't
right.
it?
And we know it. I mean, this
Yeah.
again, this is about community. This is why we're working with Terry and his company.
Sure.
That's why our teams wave at each other. They all know each other.
Now,
Well, actually, our teams have all known each other for quite some time.
So I'll take it to language that we understand.
Yeah.
They took
Dumb it down for me.
took over the old People's Telephone at Henry.
Okay.
So the
I knew that. That's right.
Yeah. So the folks who were on that phone system in Henry,
Yeah.
TEC has been running that for a good time.
Right.
So they have also internet that rolls through our internet infrastructure in our basement right over here 2 blocks away.
Aren't y'all also doing our 911s and stuff, the BPU?
That's right. So our infrastructure feeds all the 911 towers, right? So all the emergency radio stuff that goes on is across our infrastructure. But they are in our basement with data already.
Right.
So what we've been doing that's not sustainable but we've been doing it.
Yeah.
A customer out here in town, a commercial customer says, "Hey, we've got multiple businesses in town, or we've got the business here in town, but we need to connect it with 2 other branches in 2 other towns, and we need to connect to internet. Can you do that for us?" And so these providers will call us. And we'll say, well, we can lease it to you for this much. Then he goes and prices it for customer X and gives them a price to provide the true internet to them, including, covering his cost to lease. Yeah. Well, that's where some of this dark fiber lease, this $250,000 a year is coming from. He's got, 24 customers already in our town before this project started, where he's serving TEC internet to them through our old infrastructure.
Great.
We've already had a partnership.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Fiber optic, when it comes to repair, cable falls, hits the ground, it's kind of easy to put back up.
Yep.
What is the, let's say a wind storm comes through and tears down a bunch of lines. Is there a way to put fiber optic back up as quick as that?
Absolutely.
Really?
In fact, the cable that we picked is designed for going along electric utility paths. A lot of times, if a tree gets removed, the fiber actually snap back up into place. It's actually flexible.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, what if it breaks? Can you have to replace the whole thing, or can you put the fiber optics back together?
We cut it off and clean it a little bit, and then we fuse the glass back together.
When it hits that spot, it don't slow down?
Nope.
Wow, man!
The lasers don't know.
So how close are your TEC repair crews?
We have repair crews actually here in town and in Camden and spread out throughout Henry County.
Right, so they're close by. They can splice and get fiber back up. But we has a splice trailer. We have our own folks. We've got the expertise to do it too.
Y'all will be teaming.
We're going to work together.
That's where the phone pole's down, the light pole down. Everybody calls it phone pole in the South. Okay, it's when the electric pole's down, your guys set it up. Them guys are waiting. When they stand it up, here comes TEC putting their fiber back together. And it's a done deal.
Done deal.
That's the way I need to be. I like it.
It's good teamwork.
Yeah, it is good team. I can say, be honest, I'm an honest guy. When I first heard this, I thought, what the hell? What are we doing here? Why is BPU getting in the internet business? Just deal with what you know. Now I can see the infrastructure was already there.
Yep.
TEC is a respectable company, got a large following. They've got a history. And you come from a small town in Mississippi. Where's your main headquarters at now?
It's in Jackson, Mississippi.
Jackson, Mississippi. Southern people.
Yes.
That's right.
And I can see to where now Terry said, hey, we've got the infrastructure. They got the know-how. Because I done found out Terry don't know nothing about internet. I done sit right there and say, I thought surely to God Terry would know.
Latency, SLA. No.
Yeah. I figured Terry knew all that, but he didn't. I'm not the dumbest one in the room now. It feels pretty good not to be the dumbest one in the room. But we're even on that. But anyway,
that's right.
I can see where it's a good move. I'm getting close to y'all's hour. I don't want to keep y'all. I know y'all got things to do. And what else you want to tell me? Anything I've left out? I think, in my crazy way, I think I've covered a lot of stuff.
Hey, you have. I just want to reinforce that 2 really good companies working together to serve the community.
Yes.
It's the right thing to do. It's incredibly rewarding.
It is.
Through this whole process, Terry and I have become friends. I've interrupted trips and talked to him on the phone. And
that's what it's about.
This is what
networking.
It's getting to know people and do business with friends and get stuff done and take care of other people. That's what it's all about.
It's a no-brainer. And I think the viewing audience can see now why y'all partnered in the South. You married. Why these 2 companies merged together in this project. Infrastructure's there.
We needed internet high speed, and that's what y'all do. Mm-hmm. It's a no-runner, Terry.
Yeah.
How would you like to finish up?
Well, so the model that we're creating here in Paris is an attractive one. And it's so attractive that other local power companies that chose not to go into retail themselves are going, wait a minute, that may be the model that works for us. I was at a conference last week. I had 3 conversations with new folks who want to talk about it. Paris is being watched in our partnership with TEC to say, will that model work for us in our town? And we're kind of leading the way in that with a model
You're
that's
laying the trees down.
Yeah.
And putting the tracks, and they're driving the train down.
Absolutely.
Guys, everybody comes into the mic. I don't know if you've got one or not yet, but everybody comes on the Mike Weffer Show and the Brewer Street Mafia. They want to look at me and say, am I a part of the mafia? Everybody wants to know, man, I finally own the Mike Weffer Show. Am I part of the mafia? Well, gentlemen, tonight, I had to think about this, and I've been monitoring y'all as you've been on here, and I think you both deserve to be part
Thank you, sir.
of the Brewer Street Mafia. So welcome aboard, my friend.
Thank you, my friend.
Now, if you'll take
Thank
that right there, read what it says on it. If you can read it, it says what? You're official.
Official member.
Of what?
Here we are.
Brewer Street Mafia.
We've made it.
If you'll take that right there and 5 pennies, you'll have a nickel. Guys,
thank you.
It's been quick.
It has. This has been fun.
It has been fun. It's probably not what y'all are used to. I told you up front. Now this is my way. It's kind of laid back.
I like your way. This is fun. All I had to do was say what SLA was.
There's a lot of things that I don't know, but I think we did a good job. And what I wanted to do was my viewers, they wanted to know, and I wanted to know. And I think we've covered everything. I mean, we could have dove into deep rabbit holes, but who gives a crap? We want to know high-speed internet, partnered up with the BPU, using their infrastructure. With them going to take care of the poles, y'all taking care of the lines run through the ground. Mm-hmm. We can expect the same kind of maintenance on our, not maintenance, but repair when we have wind damage as the BPU gives us now with TEC. You're an old company, combined 200 years of experience between y'all two.
Not Terry and I personally.
Well, so no, y'all more like 300.
Not quite.
No, y'all like 300 years. I was talking about, tell me one more time what.
3 of us together, though.
There you go. Tell me one more time what TEC means.
TEC is Telephone Electronics Corporation, but it's TEC.
There you go.
For us, it's about community.
I know. What does BPU stand for?
Board of Public Utilities.
I see, exactly, guys. I got to make it fair. And the Mike Weffer Show stands for me.
Mike Weffer.
Guys, I appreciate you, man.
Thank you, sir.
It's been a great time.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
What'd you say in the back? God was speaking. We are officially powered tonight by TEC Internet. Get you some.
There we go.
You don't like what we got. It's all good. My speeds are quicker. My guys in the back they just touching them buttons and it's jumping like that and they're looking and what the hell? And I said, hey, what do you want me to say? And they're liking it. And they're honestly, I think we throttled up some stuff that we couldn't throttle up in the past. I don't know what it means, but maybe anybody in the back would know. I know what throttles are.
Yep.
But I don't know what the hell that means. Throttle up. Some of our upload is what we have to use a lot. I'm a little bit more savvy than I act, but not a hell of a lot. But we have throttled up some stuff, and we've gotten some cameras that's moving quicker now because all of our stuff has to go through switchers and soundboards and mixers and I don't know what all, but it's all faster when it gets in the line, and that helps us be able to throttle up stuff, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I don't have hell. All right, folks.
And the better part is those guys know.
They better know.
They do.
But don't ask me and Terry. We don't know what SLA means. We couldn't fix it. I thought it was Saturday Night Live.
You know now.
No, I never forgot what it meant. What did it mean?
The guys back there know.
They all know, man.
Yep.
Guys, it's been fun, but it's been serious. And I can't be serious too long because people would think I've lost my mind. But I want to thank y'all guys for coming in. Yeah, and I want y'all, the viewer, to understand I brung it here for y'all guys so you'll know exactly what TEC and BPU, that little partnership they've got, what it's going to help you do, which is going to get you into high-speed fiber optic internet. Not much more than what you're paying right now, but you got the BPU kind of taking care of all the maintenance on the poles like you always got. TEC's got somebody that's going to be right there on top of all of it, so it's kind of a no-brainer. Get you some. Hey, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I want to thank my guys in the back. I couldn't do it without them guys. Kevin Keel, Billy Buey, Scott Norwood, and Dana Allen. Without that group in the back, I couldn't do what I do. What I do is the easy part. I sit up here and just, I don't know. Yeah, I just do what I do. But I want to thank you, my viewer. And I want to thank my sponsors and just thank everybody for tuning in and paying attention to what I do when I try to bring you all the things we all want to know about. Tune in next week, same time, same place. And don't forget the 22nd, I've got this deal with Junior, which they just told me in my ear I got some more promos to do. All right, Tuesday, July 22nd, don't forget I got Junior Stags and friends coming in. We're going to have I'm not going to call it memorial. It's going to be a celebration of a good friend of mine and your friend and a big part of Henry County. He did so much. If I ever did a fundraiser, I just picked up the phone and called Junior, and he was right here. Yep. He'd helped me raise thousands of dollars for these charities around town, and he's done it for Ducks Unlimited, the National Rifle Association. Terry shaking his head, yeah, he knows what I'm talking about. No matter what you needed, you called Junior Staggs. He was a singer, a songwriter, and a 17-time champion auctioneer. He was a father, and he was a wife, and he was a believer and follower of Jesus Christ. And we're going to celebrate that coming up next week on the 22nd, right here live on the Mike Weatherford Show. And don't forget, my friend on the Sportscast with Jeremy Bucklew, he's got Christopher Kirby coming in next week. Henry County Fall Baseball is getting ready to fire up. He's going to fall ball for all coming in next week. That's coming in Sunday at 7:30 right here on Sportscast with Jeremy Bucklew. Hey, find him and follow him. Don't forget Tennessee Informers. Got Dr. Ken Berry coming on. Board-certified family physician, protein politics with Dr. Ken Berry. It's coming up January the 17th, so July the 17th. He talked in my ear, got me confused there. Thursday, July the 17th, 7 p.m. Central. Be watching for him. And don't forget, coming up the third weekend of July, I think it's this coming weekend, if my memory's correct, 31st Annual Land Between the Lakes, Golden Pond, Kentucky Wranglers Camp Annual Rodeo. Hey, go over and check out our LBL. There's always something going on at LBL. You can go watch you a champion rodeo. That's going to be a fun one. I may end up going over and I don't know if I got anything planned the weekend or not. I like rodeos. I like adrenaline, as long as I ain't got to ride them. But don't forget my old buddy Terry Hudson. He's on Classic Hits Z107.com. It's a online radio. It's just cool, man. Classic Country Jukebox, Classic Hits Cafe, and Blue Collar Americana. There's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week DJs, and Terry's got these 3 shows you can check out. I can't read the times. Can any of y'all read them times on that red, what days they are? Anyway, he's on there. Go over to ClassicHitsZ107.com, and you can find out all the times for all the different DJs. And don't forget, coming up this Saturday, July the 26th, at the Breakers Marina, we've got Jamming for Junior. Ryan Larkins and Dawson Stegall is going to be playing, and Junior Stagg was going to be the opening act, because we all know he's a singer-songwriter. But now, Rookie and Terry and Bo have all said that they're going to pay the band just like they was going to, but they're going to take the door, and they're going to give all that money they received to Junior Staggs' family. My hat's off to the Breakers, because they know how valuable and how much of a community asset Junior Staggs was. He's did a lot for me. He's did a lot for you. He did a lot for all of us in our community. So I want you to come in, show up, show out, and help us sink the dock. I want swimming room only. I don't want nothing else but swimming room only when this comes up on 26th. You can contact us, call the Breakers, call Terry Hudson. Call me 731-336-2200. Come by my muffler shop. I don't care, just wherever. But I want to sell it out. I want Junior to look down and smile and say, I did have a lot of friends. That's what I want. So like I said, tune in next week, same time, same place. And like I always say, if y'all remember, you help me. Don't be late.
The Mike Weber Show is recorded live in the Burr Street Mafia Studios, downtown Paris. A Keel Media for Burr Street Mafia production.